Hey, Corinne here at the Divine Pineapple bringing you another stretch and release video. Today we're going to be going over some muscles that internally rotate your hip. These muscles are commonly tight with people that have lumbopelvic hip complex dysfunction, and I see these muscles tight very often on my massage clients, so I think that it's very important for me to get this video out here for you guys. Today we're going to be going over some stretch and release techniques for the TFL, vastus lateralis, rectus femoris, anterior adductors, glute minimus. Keep watching and we'll get into this.
I want to begin by talking about the integrated functional anatomy of the tensor fascia latae, vastus lateralis, and IT band or iliotibial band. The iliotibial band is connective tissue which does not contract and does not develop trigger points. A better approach to those that have IT band issues would be to address the commonly overactive muscles that invest into the fascial sheath, such as the TFL and the vastus lateralis. The fascial slips of the vastus lateralis extend above the hip, implying that it has a role in resisting hip adduction, extension, and external rotation. The distal slips create a fascial network that invests into several structures of the lateral knee, implying that it can resist tibial internal rotation. The investment of the vastus lateralis into the iliotibial band implies that the vastus lateralis release should be added to any dysfunction in which the TFL is suspected to be overactive or tight. To locate your TFL, you will palpate the front of your hip along the anterior iliac crest and find the bony notch, which is your ASIS. From that point, you will travel down over your greater trochanter, which is the top of your femur that pokes out a little bit. Right below there is where it connects to the IT band and uses the IT band as a tendon that goes all the way down and connects to the lateral condyle of your tibia, just below your knee. To perform the release technique for the TFL, you will stay between your ASIS and your greater trochanter. You will get down onto your release tool. You will need to keep the side that you are working on relaxed, and you will need to support yourself using your arm and your opposite leg. Once you are on your release tool correctly and comfortably, you will explore the area of the TFL by moving right to left and up and down until you find the area that is most tender. That is the area that is assumed to be the area of the most adhesion. And you will sit on this area for 30 seconds to 90 seconds, or until you feel the muscle release or the sensitivity decrease. To perform the release technique for the vastus lateralis, you will need a foam roller versus the trigger point ball. You will get down onto the foam roller on the side that you're working with. The vastus lateralis is located down the lateral portion of your thigh. So you will explore from the greater trochanter area all the way down to the lateral knee, and you will find the most tender area, or the area that feels the tightest, and you will sit on this area for 30 to 90 seconds, or until you feel the sensitivity decrease or the muscle release. Now we are going to address rectus femoris, which originates on the anterior iliac spine and goes down to insert into the patellar tendon. Because the two structures are so close together, we will also be addressing the anterior adductor group, which originate just lateral to the pubic symphysis and insert into the middle third of the medial femur. To address these muscles with the release techniques, you will need a foam roller. You will get down onto the foam roller and you will explore the area of the rectus femoris until you find the most sensitive area, which is most likely the area that contains the most adhesive tissue. Once you locate this area, you will sit on this area for 30 seconds to 90 seconds, or until you feel the muscle release or the sensitivity decrease. To release the adductor group, you will explore the area of the adductor group, which will be more medial and not centered on top of your femur. You will find the area that is most sensitive, and you will sit on this area for 30 seconds to 90 seconds, or until you feel the muscle release or sensitivity decrease. Now, last but certainly not least, we are going to address glute minimus. You can very easily find this area by just moving posteriorly from your TFL. You will get down into the sideline position, relaxing the side that you are working on and stabilizing yourself with the opposite leg. You will explore this area, which I have also included an overlay, and you will locate the most sensitive area, and then you will sit on this area for 30 to 90 seconds, or until you feel the sensitivity decrease or the muscle release. Now I will show you a most wonderful stretch for the hip flexors. I will also show you modifications on this stretch to emphasize lengthening the TFL, and also a modification that emphasizes lengthening the rectus femoris. This is the kneeling hip flexor stretch. You will need to get down into a kneeling position as I am demonstrating. But the trick to this stretch is you don't have to lean forward very far at all. All you have to do is posteriorly tilt your pelvis or tuck your tail underneath, as you see me doing. Now, to emphasize this stretch to lengthen the TFL, all you have to do is shift your back foot medially so that it is in line with your front foot and hip. Then you add the posterior pelvic tilt, and you can even slide your hips and lean towards the side to be stretched. You will hold this stretch until discomfort subsides, which generally takes 30 to 120 seconds. Now, to modify the knee and hip flexor stretch to lengthen the rectus femoris, or to emphasize lengthening the rectus femoris, from the knee and hip flexor position, dorsiflex the ankle of your back leg, or tuck your toes under as you see me doing. This will increase the amount of knee flexion, emphasizing the stretch on the rectus femoris. Again, you will hold this stretch until discomfort subsides or a release is felt, generally taking 30 to 120 seconds.